everybody? It is Chris. It's Thursday, August 15th. We are just days away from the Democratic National Convention. I will be doing videos, maybe a live stream. Stay tuned. I'm still kind of working out the kinks and the details. But today I want to do a rant. You know what? I'm going to unbutton up. That's it. I need some air here to do this rant. Okay. Breathe, Chris. Robert F. Kennedy Jr. Has been running for president, first as a Democrat and now as an independent, for more than a year now. And his candidacy, ostensibly, is about the fundamental corruption of the two-party system, that neither Biden or Trump, or I guess now Harris or Trump, are listening to the American people, that that corporations run everything, that there's really no difference between the two parties, that you need an outsider to shake things up. Okay, again, there's more there, but that's the rough summary of what Kennedy has been saying. Which brings me to these paragraphs written in the Washington Post this week. Ready? I'm going to read them. Independent presidential candidate Robert F. Kennedy Jr. sought a meeting last week with Democratic nominee Kamala Harris to discuss the possibility of serving in her administration, perhaps as a cabinet secretary, if he throws his support behind her campaign and she wins, according to Kennedy campaign officials. I go on. The Kennedy outreach, made through intermediaries, follows a meeting in Milwaukee last month between Kennedy and Republican nominee Donald Trump to discuss a similar policy role and endorsement that resulted in no agreement. In those discussions, Kennedy spoke about advising Trump in a second term on health and medical issues. Real outsider there, pal. Really outside. So, Kennedy is basically shopping himself to the two major party candidates to parlay his endorsement into a job. I mean, it's basically as simple as that, right? So gone is the principled campaign about the corruption of the two parties and how corporate America has too much sway. And in its place is, hey man, if I play this insider game with you and endorse you, will you give me a job for the future? I mean, look, in a lot of ways, this is totally predictable, right? Politics is politics, right? It's probably, I should not be surprised that Robert F. Kennedy Jr. is, in fact, not the idealistic dreamer that he paints himself to be. But this is kind of ridiculous, right? I mean, you've got a guy who spent a year telling us about how the political system is broken, basically trying to bribe the two candidates to give him a job in exchange for his endorsement. So, look, I think the Kennedy thing has clearly kind of lost all steam it had. I would say he peaked right around the first debate, maybe a month before the first debate in June, sort of people sick of Biden and Trump and jumping off the Biden bandwagon a lot and onto the RFK Jr. bandwagon. He didn't make that first debate. I've said I thought he should have, but he didn't make the first debate. And it's sort of gone downhill from there, right? The story became Biden and would he or won't he run? And then he dropped out and Harris became the nominee. And now there's a lot less people who hate both Harris and Biden, meaning there's a lot less room for Kennedy Jr., which I think we kind of always expected to happen. But look, the reality of his situation is this. He is seeing his influence, and influence judged by his ability to garner some significant portion of the vote nationally and in swing states. He's seeing his influence go, right? And before it sort of hits rock bottom, he's trying to get something out of it. That's all he's doing. This is like politics 101. He's trying to get something out of his rapidly declining relevance in this race. So no, he doesn't think Kamala Harris is a bad option because he's trying to become her nominee, a cabinet secretary. And no, he doesn't think Donald Trump is a danger to democracy because he's trying to get into his cabinet too. The point is, this is a guy who is not really driven by ideology or beliefs or principles in any meaningful way. This is a guy who wants to be influential. He wants to be someone. He wants to have a profile. He wants to be a cabinet member in whichever administration he can better negotiate a role. I mean, come on, people. Wake up. These people who are still with RFK Jr. and telling me how it's a principled decision, there's no principle here. This is politics, pure and simple. All right, I'm going to button my button back up. I feel like I got a little hot under the collar there. Okay, that's all I got for today. That's my RFK Jr. rant. I probably won't do another video about him, so this may be the last that you hear of me talking about RFK Jr., but I thought it was at least worth acknowledging the total phoniness that is on display here. As always, I ask you to do 4 things. I ask you to subscribe to this channel. Trying to get to 40,000 by the end of the month. That's another 16 days. I hope we can do it. I'm going to try and do it. I ask you to like this video. I ask you to comment on this video. And I ask you to tell 10 friends. That's up from 5 friends. We're now to 10 friends or enemies about this channel because I need to grow. We are growing. We're moving in the right direction, but I need you. I need your help. All right, take care. Remember, live stream tomorrow, 1 p.m. Eastern on Fridays. Take care.